Oh shit! What? What is up, dudes? I'm Renegade back again. How's everybody doing on their end? How's the pack doing? Hope everybody is well. It is a new month. The new era begins. No, I've been listening to Chronica too much. What's good, guys? So month of August is. I apologize. First of all, I want to apologize, guys. I was supposed to do two Q&As for July. I apologize for that because I just forgot. I was like, okay, don't forget to set it up Saturday for Sunday because I was going to do it Sunday the 31st. But unfortunately, guys, I got back late Sunday the 31st because me and Malcolm, me and my brother, we went out. We just hang out and we went to the movies. I saw Nope. So I forgot to do it. And when I got home, I was just like, was I supposed to do something? And I forgot. So I just forgot. I apologize about that. But I'm here now. And I am here with the first episode or first Q&A of August. So I will set up the second one after just so I remember, so I get a reminder. Please don't mind me eating. I'm eating dinner. I didn't eat dinner, so please, if you see me eating, I'm sorry. It's a pork bowl, so I'm eating that. So apologize for that, guys. So yeah, guys, I've been quite not busy, but just quite keeping myself entertained. Been seeing a couple of movies as of late. So, and I just posted a poll on the community feed for you guys, and I was looking to see. I put up a post, and I was like, I was voting. I wanted y'all to vote, see which review do you want first. And I put up a poll. I was like, I said basically, I've been seeing quite a few movies as of late. So which movie review you guys want first? So I put 4 movies up. I put Jurassic Park Dominion. I put Lightyear. I put Green Lantern, Beware My Power, and I put Nope. And let me check that poll. I want to see the polls of what's the poll doing. And I want to see that because that's actually really fun to see. All right. We are 22 people have voted. And so far, Nope is leading by 55%, leading up with Green Lantern, Beware My Power. Next would be Lightyear with 18% and 5% for Jurassic World Dominion. All those are going to get reviews. I'm just seeing which one do you guys want first. And that's about it. Seems like everybody's gonna wants Nope. I'm gonna wait a few more days, let the poll see where it goes. I wish you can have when you do polls on YouTube that you can put like how long you want the poll up, like kind of how they do it on Patreon and stuff like that. I like that, or even on Twitter. So I wish they could do that. But like I said, guys, I'm eating, so don't mind me. I'm ready to answer your questions, and we'll have some fun. We'll hang out for a good 2 hours or so, if that's okay with you guys. And your Alpha's ready. He's ready. Also got some news as well. Things are moving along pretty well. So I also want to give you guys some news about that. But yeah, just finished recording some projects as well. So yeah, I've been kind of busy, guys. Not busy, but just having fun with these creative projects and stuff. So yeah. Just finished one of my Lorenzo's. If you're in here, Lorenzo Smalls, I just finished one of your Patreon requests. you wanted me to do gaming franchises that would make better TV series than movies, I believe. And I just finished recording that. I'm looking forward to putting that up. That's going to be on here on YouTube as well as on my Patreon for my Uber Pack members who are Patreon members as well. I want to give a shout out to another one of my shout out to one of my other pack members who became an Uber Pack member. That pack member is Mr. Reed. I want to make sure I get his name right because he became a Patreon member. What is it? Damian Reed? Damon Reed. Damon Reed, thank you so much. I appreciate the and I think you became I think you're a $3 Patreon member. So that means I get to, you guys can hit me 20 rapid fire questions. So I'm looking forward to, I like doing the rapid fire stuff. Those are fun. That was fun. I'm looking forward to, so I have two members, Patreons that are at that level and can do 20 rapid fire questions. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to doing more of that. Yeah, the Patreon is starting to grow. It's growing slowly, but it's growing, and I appreciate that. And once again, guys, people have asked me so what is your Patreon and what can we join? And I was like, I tell guys all the time, yes, you can. Like the link is in the description down below. You want to go there? There's six perks. You could join just for $1. That's all I tell people. Like you could just join for $1, and that's about it. So, with that being said, let's hit these questions. Let me make sure I get this line up right so I don't be missing questions. And matter of fact, let me do it from here because sometimes I'll be missing questions and I hate doing that. So we are gonna check. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Confused. Okay. All right. Let me make sure. Okay. First questions come from Shoujo, excuse me. What's the worst cereal prize ever in your opinion? Cereal prize. Probably. I don't like candy in cereals. Like giving me bubble gum and stuff. I don't care about that. I really don't. Sure. Anime manga topic. Have you ever read or watched Record of Ragnarok or Shamasu no Waju? Are you looking forward to season 2? No, I have not. I know of them both, and they're on the list to read, but I have not read them. Shogo, so many celebrities and famous people, good people have passed from this world. Which hit you the most and why? Let me take a swig of water with that one. All right. Yeah, we've lost a couple of. Just recently, we lost the legend himself. One of the, if you were a Boston Celtics fan, and you had a Mount Rushmore of who would make up, this man would be on that Mount Rushmore. I don't care who you are. Bill Russell. We lost Bill Russell this week. Bill Russell won 11 championships with the Boston Celtics. Out of there's 16 championships they won. He was on 11 of those teams. So he's a legend. He's a GOAT. And of course, we lost Miss Nichelle Nichols, who played Uhura from the original Star Trek. I know somebody very special that met her, and I always wanted to meet her. And there were many times she was at conventions I was at, or she made a surprise guest and I was somewhere else and I missed her. But I always wanted to meet her. I wish I could have met her because I've heard nothing. She's nothing but she's so sweet, and she was a trailblazer. So her death did kind of, even though I didn't grow up with her in terms of like the original series, but when you see the movies, yeah. But I she was a trailblazer for a lot of people, and especially African American women in sci-fi. She was a part of the first interracial kissing in on national TV. I remember her telling the story of Dr. Martin Luther King used to love Star Trek and he used to let his kids watch it. I thought that was really cool to hear her talk about that. But yeah, her death hit hard. Not as hard, but hard enough. Stan Lee's death hit me hard. That hit me definitely hard because I met that man. And I'll never forget the day I met him. And I met him St. Paul's Church back in 1995. At the time, I didn't even know the convention was the New York Comic Convention, or the big, now it's called the Big Apple Con, but they used to have it in St. Paul's Church in their huge basement. And he was there, and I went up there, and I got up there, and I shook his hand, and I'll never get what he said to me. He came out, he's like, "Hello, young man, how are you?" And I just stood there for a while, just looking at him. And all of a sudden, I just felt tears coming down my eyes. And I just shook his hand, and I just said, "Thank you." And he's like, "For what?" And I said, "For creating this guy." And I had a shirt on of Spider-Man. And I said, "For creating this guy, because I can relate to this guy." And he just gave a little story about what that character means to him and what he and Steve Ditko did and why he is important. I remember that. So when he died, yes, it hit me hard. Robin Williams' death hit me hard too. That hit me damn sure hard. I cried my head off to the point where I couldn't watch any Robin Williams movie for a long time. I couldn't watch his movies for 3 years because every time I watched a movie, Robin Williams, I started crying. And then finally one day, Bicentennial Man came on, and I sat down and watched it, and I was like, okay, I'm good. But it still hurts. There's just been so many deaths that hurt me in comic creators, whether it's comic creators or just actors that I loved. So yeah, there's a lot. Stan, you guys can understand why Stan Lee's hit me so much. What that guy meant to us as geeks in the community. So yeah. Are you surprised or not that CW finally canceled The Flash? Will it end the Silver Age or 52 or different? I'm not shocked that they announced that the season 9 is the last of the series. I had a feeling it was going to be. And in my opinion, it needed to end because they're just running out of ideas. They ran through all the great Flash stories too fast. And when you start losing your cast members, it's the end. That's it. It is sad. But I'll give Grant Gustin his credit. He was not a bad Barry Allen. He could have been more accurate Barry Allen, but he wasn't. I didn't care about Iris being black. I didn't care about all that. I liked Candace. She was great. But I'm kind of glad because a lot of things that I didn't like about Flash, they did. Rushing through the rogues, turning the rogues completely good, and bringing characters in that should have already been brought in, like Mirror Master and things like that. I was done. And my other big problem with it is they finally give Flash his iconic yellow boots, and I'm like, they made a big deal out for nothing. It's ridiculous. Next, will you do a review or opinion on the Avengers versus Judgment Day? I knew something like this was coming. I was hoping that we'll see some. I don't want to see that in the Marvel MCU because I don't think this needed. But I have not. I have the first issue of Judgment Day. I have not read it yet. So when I read it, yeah, I'll do a review on it. William says, "Hey Chris, which T-shirt or which T-shirt of band do you collect the most?" Me, I go with the Gorillaz, Wu-Tang, Def Leppard, Queen, and others. I have a Metallica, so definitely gonna say Metallica. I need a Wu-Tang Clan shirt. I don't have that, but Metallica definitely. I don't look at Wu-Tang as a band; they're a group. I need some Gorillaz shirts. I do love the Gorillaz, but I do collect more comic T-shirts than anything. We're serial. Oh, that's okay. I'm not surprised. Did you watch? I I said that. Yes, I have that on my poll. If you go on my community feed, William, and you will see there's a list of you can vote on which review you want first. So go check that out. Hey man, my anime topic. Have read or at least watched? No, I have not watched Grand Blue or anything like that. No, I stick to if I have. I'm sticking to the mangas that I'm reading right now. I don't like jumping all over animes and mangas. I stick if I'm watching mangas, or if I'm reading five mangas, or I'm reading five animes. Those are the animes I stick with the most. I'll stick with those before I go on to anything else. Right now, I'm looking forward to the Chainsaw Man anime because I finished reading the first 11 volumes. Looking forward to volume 2. I'm reading Fire Force. I am reading Jukatsu. Yeah, that I'm also reading that. So I'm reading, but I'm just sticking to what I'm reading right now. I'm not jumping around. For me, it's James Caan. Yeah, James Caan's death. It didn't hurt me, but I was a little shocked when I heard that. We just lost Paul Sorvino, another one of New York finest actors. I went online and on YouTube and I watched The Rocketeer. He was in that, and one of my favorite lines in that movie with The Rocketeer is he's a mob boss in that, and I love the line where he says, "I may not make an honest buck, but basically I'm saying, yeah, I'm a criminal, but I'm a 100% American criminal. Like I'm not a part of no Nazis." And I was like, oh, that is such a great line. I love that line. My heart does go out to his daughter, Mira Sorvino, and all of them, his family. But he's another one of New York's finest. James Caan, another New York's finest. So when I see my fellow New Yorkers who are celebrities are passing, yeah, it hits hard. I do feel bad about that, but yeah. And but his son is still alive, and James Caan is good. I mean, Scott Caan. Scott Caan is good. I love Scott on Hawaii Five-O as Danny. I thought he was great on that. And I think he's working on a new series, so I'm not sure. I was wondering if I was going to get some of these versus matches. I was, I'll be trying not to. Can I go one Q&A without being asked about a versus match? I've always wanted to try that someday. One day, somebody asked me, but Adam Warlock versus Darkseid depends on the Adam Warlock. Quentin Blake was good. Perry was good. Yo, I'm running dog. I'm not a dog. I don't know what you were trying to say. Edgar said, "Did you hear that Batgirl movie got canned?" Yeah, I heard about that. That is some bullshit. That is complete bullshit. Look, I've already said my piece on the Batgirl movie. Like I didn't really feel the casting too much. But that's fucking bullshit that WB canceled it. But they still got that Flash movie still on, right? Why y'all ain't cancel that bullshit? With that fool idiot that's going on. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to get into what's going on with that fool because that fool needs help. But you cancel that, but you still got the Flash movie going. Why? Where Batgirl was nearly finished and they canceled it. What up? Warner Brothers is just they becoming a joke to me. Hi, Caroline. Say Batgirl, Warner Discovery. I have no idea if it is Discovery that said no, don't do it. But Warner Brothers, I wouldn't say screw Discovery or anything like that. The movie was almost finished and they didn't even. They're gonna can it. But you keep that Flash movie. I just don't get that. I don't get it. Bill McLangley, how it do? I'm good. How do you think Alucard from Helsing in Survivor versus DC? I think he did fine. I think Alucard would do fine. Sniper Wolf versus Deadshot. I'm going with Deadshot. One day, maybe one Q&A, I will get away from versus questions. I really would. What do you think of what happened to pop culture in the likely event that Disney goes out of business? I doubt a fat chance that'll happen. Yep, that ain't happen. I don't know, but not happen. Shoujo says Sniper Wolf will win. No. Against Floyd Lawton? Nah. Nope. Do you think we'll get another season of Young? There's another season of Young Justice coming. I myself just saw The Lighthouse. That was weird. I actually, given recent events, it wouldn't surprise me if we don't get. No, we're getting season 5. It's been confirmed. Season 5 is coming. What if Batman Brave and the Bold got a 4th season? That'd be fine. I watched Nope. Honestly, I was confused. What were you confused about? Because no matter of fact, don't tell me. Because why I say don't tell me, because there could be people here who haven't seen it. And as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that confused me, I wasn't really confused about it. It was just, I looked at it like Jordan Peele does it again. What a twist. What people went into thinking the movie was about was different. And I love that. I thought that was great. And the concept of what the whole concept of the movie was about. Perfect. Who should be the villain in the Spider-Man Ninja Turtle? What Spider-Man Ninja Turtles crossover is coming? I don't know. What are you talking about? Quasar versus Darkseid. I'll say tie, depending on it, because the quantum bands are strong. I just went back and played Marvel Spider-Man last night. That's good. Play it all the time. I wish we had another season of Earth's Mightiest Heroes on TV. There was I forgot one of the women at Disney or so was talking about like saving it or something. And like I said, I say it all the time. Like, they're bringing back the X-Men from the 90s, and I can't wait to that. Don't make no mistake about it. If that can come back, the Avengers can come back. Miriam. Hey, Chris, I can't remember if I've already asked you this question, but no, you haven't, and I haven't read Shattered Glass, so I wouldn't know. I do know it's vice versa. The Autobots are the bad guys, and the Decepticons are the good guys in that story. So no, I haven't. And more importantly, I don't really want to read it because I can't see the Decepticons being heroes. Just the name alone, Decepticons. Like what the hell? Decepticons villains. I just watched my friend Multiverse's his review on it. So yeah, but I have no interest in reading it really. I'm happy he liked it because I got it from him, but I don't. Have you heard that they're doing a live action? Yes, I have, and I am optimistic and very interested in seeing it because it is being done, from what I understand, with more love and more respect to the lore. So yeah, you're on Netflix coming up. Batgirl movie. Yep. Um, Chris, who do you think people who do you think people are racist and carry hate in their hearts? You mean who do I think? I don't know. I don't look at people like that. You know, I don't. I saw Steely Dan recently too. Okay, that's nice. Should I just not be excited for any shows or movies anymore? That's your prerogative, not mine. Because there's a lot of stuff to be excited for in the community that I reside in, the geek community. Yeah. Do you think James Gunn would be a good director for a Lobo movie? Uh, I'd give it a shot, but Lobo is more of a darker character. So, but James Gunn could do it. He could do dark. CW should be through with these C shows. Well, Superman and Lois is really good. I could care two craps about the Gotham Knights. Um, Gotham Knights. Sorry, I can care two craps about the Gotham Knights series coming. Um, I think they still are doing uh, Stargirl, but outside of that, the best right now is Superman and Lois, and they do a good job with that. Even though I think it's bull crap that they try to acknowledge that the show is not on their prime Earth. It's on a different that made no sense to me because it's like you are acknowledging a lot of things that happened in the past and like what like the hell they did that on purpose. uh Johnson Daypool, did you enjoy writing the audio shorts? I am enjoying writing those. I am currently still plotting out the first story that will be out actually in a couple of in got it in 2 months left. Basically 2 months. October 31st is the first audio short story crossover. So I am ready. I am still planning writing that out. Right now I'm a rough drafting it right now. The first crossover is Punisher Michael Myers. So I'm looking forward to y'all guys hearing me read that. Shame we're not getting the Batgirl movie. To quote, we were this close to being great. Yeah. Mm, run by it. Yeah, Travis. Yeah, Warner Brothers is run by idiots. They need new people. I absolutely love the Lighthouse. Defoe and William killed it. Yeah, that movie was weird though, especially that scene with I guess the mermaid. I was like, wait, what is he humping a mermaid? I'm like, what is he doing? Like, you know. Um, Kai, would you like to be served a 10-course meal by George Washington or guys dressed up like George Washington? No, I don't know. No. Uh, what is your favorite moment between Luce and that's hard because there's a lot of them, so I can't really say which are my favorites. I do like when they're close and they're being real with each other. I do like that. So, uh, how would Donovan from Darkstalkers survive DC? Would Donovan survive DC Vampires Fair? Depends on which vampires he's dealing with. Jar Jar Binks or Damian Wayne, who would you hate to be stuck spending 24 hours with? Damian Wayne. I can deal with Jar Jar. Fuck that little big headed prick. I can't stand Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne kiss my ass. I'm not even joking about it. I don't like Damian Wayne. I hate him. I hate that character. Do you think Michael Myers will beat Jason kill count? What do you mean? Do you mean do what kill count? Jason. I'm not sure. I'm just so okay. People racing stuff. Okay. Is there any one that I can't remember if I already asked this question? Or not, but what was your reaction when Megatron and Transformers ID? The IDW Transformers is fine. I got no issues with them. I know he at one point he even went to the Autobots, but it's fine. It's not bad. I like the IDW comics. I think the IDW is about to lose the Transformers license, and I think GI Joe as well. But it's fine. Hey Chris, how's it going? I'm good, Andre. Um, Next question. This is from Lorenzo Smalls. What is good, Lorenzo? Uh, what did you think of the first Raw under the Triple H era? I enjoyed it. That was the first Raw in a long time that I actually sat down and watched. I like where Hunter is going with a lot of stuff. I like that he put more emphasis on the secondary title, which on Raw is the United States Championship. Me and Malcolm watched it together. We were watching it, and we liked it very much. I'm glad to see Bailey back. Um, and we were just cracking up with with Dominic Mysterio, because as of late, Dominic Mysterio night she locked her legs around him and choked him out. I was cracking up with that. This guy just keeps getting beat down. But yeah, it was great. I liked it so far. I think WWE is in good hands with Hunter with creative control. I think he's going to do. We're going to see a lot of change that a lot of people have been wanting to see with WWE in general, and with him in charge now, I think TK, Tony Khan and AEW, he should be start shitting bricks now, because when the people that he have under contract that left WWE, they may not think about re-signing. And they were like, well, Triple H now is in charge. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back. Yep. Big time. Big time. I'm more excited for the Bat Wheels animated Bat Wheels than I am about the. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Chris, did you see Will Smith apology video? What did you think about it? I saw it. It's none of my business, really. That's between him and Chris Rock. And if he wants to reconcile, that's fine. The old, you know, that's his problem, not mine. I ain't got nothing to say really about it. Cause at the end of the day, it's none of our business. It ain't none of our business. I'm not going to focus on that. Not at all. I'm almost through Mass Effect 3, currently playing the Citadel DLC. Yeah, you're going to get really, really sad at the end of that game. I can tell you that right now. Let's see. Are you looking forward to the next Batman Spawn crossover? I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to see where um, McFarlane takes it. I am. I'm gonna see where they go with this new crossover one shot. But yeah, I am. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. So here's a quick question: who is your favorite Australian comic book character? Uh, don't really have one. I don't. And it's not Captain Boomerang. I can tell you that. But no, I don't really have one. I don't. What if Chucky has the Darkholme? That's kind of scary. Even though he is more his stuff is voodoo, not magic, dark magic. But yeah, and if the CW should not be surprised. Oh, okay. I don't know what's going. I was wondering if Sabretooth. Why is this being not shown? I don't. It's fine. Show it, Tim. If Sabretooth if Sabretooth has a lot of bastard kids walking around like Wolverine has, no, not really. There's not Sabretooth doesn't have a lot of, and I wouldn't call Wolverine's kids bastards. He knows about all his kids. The only ones he didn't know about was Dokken. That was about it. All his other kids he knows about. So bastards, but he knows. New Mutants and Fantastic Four should never gotten released. Who you telling? Do you think that Damian Wayne could works better as a full blown villain? I don't care what he works as. Just get him off my. I wish the character died, stayed dead. I have you seen the fan film Casey Jones Live Wire? Yes, I have. That was really good. I don't hate Damon, but I think I hate that character. I hate him. 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 I wish he had stayed dead. Because to me, yeah, he may be Bruce's true biological son, but Dick Grayson is his son. Tim Drake is his son. Yes, even Jason Todd is his son. I care less about that little shit. Arrogant prick. I can't stand him. What storylines from the Transformers IDW would you like to see adapted to a movie? It's well, I've King Grimlock. I would like to see that would be fun because that's a one and done. I don't. Uh, how would Blade react towards hunting down? I'm not answering that, Andre. That's a really weird question. I'm not. I can't see Blade doing anything with Count Duckula. Blade ain't taking him seriously. That's not even. That's not. That's an insult to Blade. That's an insult to Blade right there. Uh, what What do you think about Jonathan Gresham's situation? Yeah, we talked about that. Me and a couple of buddies talked about that. That situation is kind of awkward because it comes down to the fact that the first of all, the pay-per-view wasn't even advertised very well. And that's becoming a big issue with AEW. But even when you look, when they said who was going to face Gresham, when I heard Cesaro or Claudio Castagnoli, you're like, I quickly started saying, yeah, Gresham is losing that belt. Because at the time, I didn't know if Gresham actually signed. Because like the Briscoe brothers, I was like, they're not signed. And I thought Gresham wasn't signed. But I heard he flipped out, he cursed out TK, and I'm just like, I think you could have handled that better. And now he is all like, well, I'm not gonna wrestle anymore. And it kind of just seems a little bit more like he's throwing a hissy fit because of something that was out of his control. And then you want to start going on and talking about, well, the reason why heels don't act more like heels is because of WWE's fault. I'm like, what's going on, dude? Like, it's just weird. It really is. Do you take Tony Khan seriously? He comes off as a dweeb. I think he's coked up most of the time. Yeah. I don't mind Tony Khan. I think it's cool that he is a fan. He's a fan, but a lot of the stuff, like the whole concept, what he did when Vince McMahon, retired or was basically kicked out. That's basically what it is. He didn't retire because he wanted to. He resigned because he had to. He basically comes out and says, I'm the longest now owner of a promotion. And I read that and I'm like, you're an idiot. I'm like, you stupid idiot. Like, why would you write that? I know some people took it as a joke. I didn't. I'm like, you're an idiot. Stick to your own companies. And because as of right now, there's already people your company's not as great as people make it out to be. And and if there's any AEW loyalists that want to come out and try to attack me, bring it. I really wish you would. I will bury one of you right now because it's ridiculous that like you can't say anything bad about AEW. Oh my god, they flip out. It makes me laugh. It's just like, you dumb idiots. How come we don't get a new comic book run for Marvel's The Rangers, the Texan Avenger? You're talking about the Rangers that were part of the 50 state initiative. It all comes down to if writers want to use them characters. That's what it comes down to. You don't just throw something out there just to throw it out there like, oh, we haven't seen these characters. If you ain't got no plans for them, don't use them. Plain and simple. That's how the comic world works. It's a business too. And the Rangers are just Texas Tornado and all living you know Red Coyote. No, yeah, Red Coyote. Um of course, I'm forgetting her name. She has a six shooters, but she shoot stars that come out of her six shooters. I forget, but they're poisonous too. But it's like, but it's like you're not gonna see characters like that right now. It is what it is. Whenever a character is in Texas, that's when you'll see them. I remember uh, the when Kane Parker, Scarlet Spider was in Texas, we saw them. But outside of that, yes, if you use them, you use them. I've been warned many times to my friends who are into menstrual. I'm not ready. Pretty much, yeah. You're not ready. That ending is gonna kill you. Chris, what advice can you give me about quitting my job because I'm not happy with there anymore and I'm scared to leave? Are you happy with their job? Um, my job, the people that I protect bring me more happiness. I don't mind. People I interact with, it's fine. Um, you never quit a job just quit, especially if you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing back up. And I've learned that sometimes the hard way. I've left jobs and didn't have anything backing me up. So you grit your teeth and you like, all right, until you find something else. Unless you want an income coming in, you better keep doing your job. Don't quit unless you have something. You got something backup. You got a backup. That's the best thing. My dad said that to me, and that's it. What DC and Marvel villains? Wait, what DC and Marvel will be? Boy, I hate to be a grammar hound, but Quentin, fix your writing, dude. I'm confused on what you're trying to say. If you're trying to say what DC and Marvel will be great villain, I guess you're trying to say what villains would have been, what DC or Marvel villains will be great for the Turtles. That's what you're trying to say. The League of Assassins, people like that. Those definitely would be good. That's what you're trying to say. What would Electro work well as a Black Lightning villain? Yeah, to a degree, but not really because Black Lightning is way stronger than Electro. One way I thought the Transformers idea was going to. Oh, okay, that's cool. Do you think about the MCU version of Namor from Black Panther? So, what do you think about? I'm fine with them. What they've done with like changing the origin a little bit. I have no issue with that. Seeing that when the Atlantean, so I'm still calling them the Atlanteans because there's rumors that they may change that to so people don't get confused with Aquaman, even though Namor came out first, you know. But I actually like the fact that the Atlanteans, when they're on underwater, they look like like skin color, but when they come on land, their skin turns blue, which is fine. I actually like that because that's the only Atlanteans that should um technically the only Atlanteans that should look more like regular hybrids are Namor and his cousin Namora, and she is in the movie. So I'm fine. But somebody asked me not too long ago. I think somebody commented on my Black Panther Wakanda Forever reaction. Um, do you think there's a third player involved? And I said, oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think absolutely. I said absolutely. Excuse me. I think there's somebody working the Wakandans and the Atlanteans to fight. So yeah, so absolutely. But I'm fine with it. Do you think Michelangelo and Agent Venom would be good friends? Flash is cool, but how did that? How much did that Dreamcast copy of Spider-Man cost? I won that at an eBay auction. So, and I paid what was it again? $100 for. I got it for 100. That was the final. Uh, I I I did the auction. I bidded 100. That was my final bid. I was like, final bid is 100. Nobody went over, and when the auction was over, I won it. Why is this being held? Why is this being held in reviews? I want to read it. Bill, as I was playing through the Mass Effect 2 side mission, I thought about how the I could see from Naruto would tackle the suicide mirror. That shit would be wizard. Yes, the suicide missions. That was great. Uh, would the TMNT? How would the TMNT react towards Bullseye and the Kingpin? If they attack them, they're the enemy. Yeah. No wrestling company is perfect. True. No wrestling company is perfect. Do you think Kevin Dunn and Bruce Prichard's days in WWE are numbered now that Vince is gone? Hell yeah. Pritchard will stay on for a while before he knows time for him to leave. And when he leaves, he'll be set. Dunn is counting his days because Hunter and Stephanie do not like that man. They do not care for him. And Dunn has been a piece of garbage in terms of people's careers, and he has done a lot to mess up somebody's careers in that company. You know, one person I can think of right off the top of my head is Becky Lynch. He was the first one, that bucktooth asshole was the first one to say, oh, her Irish accent won't get her over. Bullshit. She's doing just fine. She did just fine, didn't that? You know, yes, right now she has a separated shoulder from her match with Bianca Belair, but that woman is fine, and I mean that physically and with her career, because I do have a crush on Becky. It's that Irish accent that just kills it for me. I love an Irish accent. It's beautiful. It is one of my top 5 favorite international accents. I love it. I just love hearing Irish people talk. I love it. I've learned a lot of Irish slang from listening to them. So cool. Do you think? Oh no, okay. Did you hear Post Malone Chippendale song? I think I have. I don't know. Don't really listen to him too much. Yeah, that Chippendale song was great. And Cassandra is Bruce's adopted daughter, right? Yes, adopted, yes, but he is not. I mean, her mother is Lady Shiva, and her father is I forget her father's first name, but it's Kane. Yeah, he's an assassin. Are you excited about the upcoming? Yes, I am excited for She-Hulk. I've been waiting for this character to come to the MCU for a long, long time. And finally, we're getting the Glamazon, the Jade Glamazon. I'm looking forward to this. But even more importantly, yeah, we're now that the show has gotten even more because Daredevil's going to be in it. Lorenzo Smalls axes. Hey, Chris, what do you think about the upcoming Daredevil show? Oh my God. Yeah. Daredevil, Born Again. That's what it's called. You're taking one of the most iconic Daredevil stories. That's, you talk about Daredevil hitting rock bottom. That's the story right there. And yeah, we kind of saw it in the Netflix series too, but if they're going to really dig deep into Daredevil, that whole story arc, that's great. And this is going to be and Daredevil Reborn is going to be, I don't think nobody's going to top it up until then. It's going to be the longest MCU Disney Plus series. It's going to be 18 episodes. 18 episodes. No Marvel series on Disney Plus has gone over 10 or 8 or so. They have never broken more than a lot of like double digits. So yeah. Of course I appreciate that. Thank you. It's all right. Good. Let's see. Great. Would Peter Parker have better career as a photographer at the Daily Planet? I don't want Peter as a photographer anymore. And they've kind of showed that before that when they did the Marvel DC crossover, he was working when both worlds were put together. He was a photographer while Clark was the reporter and things like that. And I think it was owned by Kingpin, the Daily Planet. I think the Daily Planet or Daily Bugle and the Daily Planet was merged together, and Kingpin brought it out. So it was weird. But no, if it was me writing Spider-Man and they said to me, well, you can have Spider-Man have a job as well, he's going back to being a teacher. I'm having him be a science teacher at Midtown High, where he went to school. I liked when Peter was a teacher at Midtown High. I actually liked that. I thought that was really good for him, and I would have him be a teacher. I would not have him go back to being a freelance photographer. Right there, freelance. He's not really with the Bugle. He's a freelance. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they reveal not too long ago in the comics why Namor became the way he is because he was revealed person? I don't know. I haven't read anything with Namor in a while, so it's weird because Namor was fine when he was with Cap and the Invaders. He was fine, and then all of a sudden he started changing, and it's just ridiculous. Which audio stories are you having the most fun writing? Right now, I'm only writing one because each one of the audio crossover stories have a time in between each one. So I'm completely writing one and working on the second one. But the Punisher, Michael Myers I'm having fun writing that because the way I'm writing it is just like I know how to write Frank, how I want Frank Castle to act, what to say, that he's in Hatton. Yes, I will spoil it. He is in Hattonfield. Michael is not in New York. He's in Hattonfield. He drives to Hattonfield. So he's gone. So, but yeah, the way I'm writing it and the way I know how Frank would fight somebody like Michael Myers, yeah, it's great. I'm paying respects to both, but yes, guys, because people ask, is there going to be a winner in this? I'm like, yes, there's going to be a winner. You will hear me say this character is dead. So, yeah. Let's see. So, yeah. Jujiro versus Hachi. Goodbye, Hachi. Goodbye, Hachi. You're dead. As someone of Irish and Scottish descent, and I love an Irish and a Scottish accent too, I tip my non-existent hat to you. Yeah, I know for a fact, Mick Langling, that is definitely a Scottish name. So, yeah, people get that misconception wrong about, certain names, but, they think, if it's Neil or something, that is Irish. But anything with Mick or Mac, yeah, definitely is Scottish. But I love a Scottish accent too. That's on my top 5 list too. I love that. You could tell the difference. I hate when people just say, "Oh, that's a Scottish accent." No. Oh, that's an Irish accent. No, you can tell the difference between an Irish and a Scottish accent if you are pretty good at hearing. That's why I don't get when people say they don't understand a British accent from an Australian accent. I'm like, are you kidding me? No way. What's your favorite or other favorite accents? Number one is Australian. Number two is Irish. Number three is British. Number four is Scottish. And number five, the top five is, um, I believe it's French. I think it's French. I believe it's French. Yeah, I think, yeah. The award of worst dad in video games go to Hihachi. Yeah, he's up there. Hihachi. So is uh, Kazuya. Yeah, that whole family is just crazy. Yeah, they're not that good. What's your favorite moment from with any of the Batgirls? What's your favorite moment with any of the Batgirls? My favorite moment, uh, a moment definitely is when Barbara became Oracle, and she really took control of herself, and she became that leader of the Birds of Prey, and she really evolved as a character, and I love that about Barbara. For Cassandra Cain, it would be taking up the mantle of Batgirl from Stephanie Brown. No, not no, she didn't take it from Stephanie. She gave it to Stephanie. But taking that up, Stephanie, I thought was great when she first was Robin. I was like, whoa, a female Robin, that's cool. And then they didn't last very long. What would what would you say was your best concert? Mine would definitely be Alex Cooper. You saw Alex Cooper. I don't go to a lot of concerts. I don't. And I can't even remember the last concert I've been to. Um, I'm more of an event guy, or or like going to professional wrestling, or sports events or conventions. Yeah. If there's anybody I want to see live, it's Stevie Wonder. Yeah, I love Stevie. Okay, to make up for that last blank question, here's a better one for you. So, so how would Blade? So how would Blade react towards facing up against Man Bat? Okay. Uh, well, the first thing. See, everybody thinks, oh, Blade's just gonna go kill him first. No, he'll try to. Blade does try to investigate certain things, because there have been a lot of people that were vampires in the. I remember when he came when the X-Men were in San Francisco, and he came after he was going to kill Jubilee because Jubilee was a vampire. Um, and Wolverine had to stop him, like, yo, no, you're not. And he was just like, look, she's going to hurt people. And Blade is telling Logan, like, look, she's going to hurt people. Like, you have to. And Blade started providing her. And when he found out, he figured he was like, look, they're not gonna. So he started providing her with the serum that he takes. And yeah, she started taking that. That's fine. But with Man-Bat, yeah, it's the Dr. Langland is, he's kind of like Dr. Hyde, and he can't stop from turning sometimes. It's the serum. So yes, he would, unless it's last resort, he would. But yeah, Blade would do that. The problem I have with Blade and the serum stuff is interesting, because Blade is not a vampire. He's a damnfire. Even though both his parents at one point were human. His mother was, the way they tell it. Here's the thing. His mother was human when she conceived him. His father was human when he was conceived. Before later on, his father did become a vampire. We did see that. But they basically imply and this is kind of the twist I don't like, how Marvel tells Blade, his is like when Deacon Frost bit his mother, the vampire enzyme or traits went into his bloodstream. So, yeah, I get it, but technically, Blade is a Dampfire. So, what that means is Dampfires are half human, half vampire. They can eat regular food like regular humans. They don't need blood. They can drink it, yes, but they don't need it. They don't need it. They don't need blood like a full blood vampire does, because they need blood, but Dampfires don't. Um, you see that with Alucard in like Castlevania. He was a Dampfire. His mom, Alucard from Castlevania, is a good example of a Dampfire. Father was vampire. His mom was human. Very so, but yeah, I don't mind how they classify him. But yeah, I just sometimes I don't like how they classify. I love Blade, but the way they classify Blade as a Dampfire, I'm like, no, he's not. He's not one. The way it's just weird to me sometimes. Do you think it is you? Do you think who do you think is the worst father, Yujiro, or they're both worse? The worst would definitely go to Yujiro, but they're both. They're both. Lucifer Morningstar versus the Beyonder. Basically the devil versus an omnipresence. Basically, the Beyonder is like God. So yeah, Beyonder. Geese Howard also is a bad father. Yeah, but compared to no. Uh, Chris, do you think it was Wonder Woman's fault that Superman turned evil in Injustice? No, no, he did that on himself. I am tired of the evil Superman, and I don't like Injustice Superman. Because even if that happened, even if Joker caused Superman to kill Lois and everything like that, Superman has too much will to just turn and become militant and everything. He has too much will to do that, and that's why I don't like that. I don't like that. The Injustice live at the animated series was atrocious. They turned Superman into basically Homelander, and I hated that. He was killing people. I was like, nope. He killed all those Joker followers just because they would. I was like, that wasn't even called for. That's disgusting. I saw that. I was like, I'm not even going to review this movie. That's ridiculous. If somebody was paying me to if I was being paid to review that, I'd have said I still want to do it because that was terrible. Did you ever play the Warriors game? Yes, I did. I thought it was fun. So which is your favorite Catwoman? Selena Kyle, Holly Robinson, or I don't like Catwoman, period. I told you guys before, I'm not the biggest Catwoman fan. I don't know why, but I'm just not. It's funny. I like her Marvel equivalent more than her, Black Cat. I do not like Catwoman. Holly Robinson was okay. And Eco, can't remember too much of her, but I don't know. It's just something about Catwoman just bothers me. Have you ever played Ratchet and Clank? Yes, I have. I have Ratchet and Clank right here. Well, the latest. There's one game of them. There you go. Jackie Espedito versus Vampires. King, Nightwing, Jackie's winning. All right. Yeah. I've heard the term Dampfire, Vampire in a D. There's another one. Vampire in a D is a Dampfire. There you go. When you see Galactus in a post-credit scene, will you be afraid of what's to come? Nope. And the thing is, we won't see Galactus. Whenever they bring the big G in, you know who they bring in. You first gonna see his herald. Galactus never shows up first. I guarantee you, whatever we see, you're gonna see his herald. And I wouldn't be surprised if they cut. They're just panning out from Earth, and all you see is the side of Silver Man just staring at it. I'll blow my nutsack when I see that. Oh, Surfer, because I love the Surfer. Do you think that Giganta would be a pretty good She-Hulk villain? Yeah, depends. Yeah, I think he would. Glad I like Black Cat better than Catwoman too. Hey, bro, thanks again for the package. You are welcome, Ty. I love Benjamin. I've ever played it once. I have a theory that there is an Atlantis, but something happened and the Atlanteans were forced to flee where they are now in the MCU. There's archaeologists that have that Atlantis did exist. Um, and I don't think they they adapted to the sea life and got gills, and no, I don't think that, but I do think there was a real Atlantis that sunk under the seas. Why is IDW losing Transformers comics? Their license is up. It's like what I just say. The comic industry is like a business too. License. When you got series like that, like Transformers, GI Joe, Conan, those are kind of like public domain characters. They can go to anywhere, whatever company is willing to pay for their license. I didn't think Marvel. I thought Marvel had a lot longer with Conan, but they don't, and that's fine. But because I'll read Conan wherever he goes. It's just how it is. People talking about Banjo Kazooie. That's fine. Speaking of Marvels, Atlantis, can you tell me a little bit about Namora? Namora is Namor's cousin. She's a lot more hearted as an Atlantean hybrid. She's also a hybrid or mutant, if you want to call it that. But she's you think everything that Namor, she's like that, but more heroic. She's been a part of the Agents of Atlas. She's spent more time with surface dwellers, and she even fell in love with one. She actually used to date Jimmy Woo. She and Jimmy Woo were on a team together called Agents of Atlas. She is a little different than her cousin. Like, there's not hate for the surface world, and she's not as arrogant as her cousin. She like I said, she doesn't hate. She actually loves the surface world. She has a daughter named Namorita, who I believe is a clone of her, but still her daughter. And her daughter named Marita, you can look this up. Go Google it. She was a part of the New Warriors. So, yeah, Namora is a lot different. But you can kind of put her in the same category as Mira. Strong, beautiful, powerful, but also a lot different than the only difference with Mira and Namorita is Mira also has hydrokinesis. I don't remember if Namora can control water like Mira could do. I can't remember. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. Terrell Dickerson, do you think we'll see Red Ghost and Molecule Man in future Phantasm? I want to see Red Ghost. That's somebody. That's a villain I want to see real bad. And don't tell me that you can't do it. That right there is the thing. I don't want to hear anybody say you can't do these characters. They're just not because If you can bring a talking raccoon and a tree man into these stories, you can do anybody. I want to see the Red Ghost and his super apes. His super apes. He has 4 of them. There's 4 of them. Molecule Man, Psycho Man, all those Fantastic Four characters. Kevin Feige has already said the Fantastic Four reboot movie will not be an origin. They're gonna skip the origin because we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need their origin. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I'm the fan, if I'm what the hell? If I'm the Fantastic Four, if I'm doing a Fantastic Four movie, the best way to do it is kind of like Lost in Space. What if the reason why we haven't seen Reed and all of them around is because they're lost in the negative zone. And finally they get out. And you could easily put in that to mess with them who sabotaged their spaceship and when they went to negative zone. You could do Doom. You could say Doom did it for his hatred for Reed. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with this guy. He did this. Because remember, he blames Reed for his disfigurement. You could like, yeah, I'm gonna screw him, and now y'all stuck in the negative zone. But the way I would do it is the negative zone is on a different playing field. Like what went for like maybe months and years in the negative zone was nothing more than maybe a, whatever. Just it'd be an interesting way of doing it. I really like her design so far in Wakanda. Yes, yeah, they're going more Aztec, which is fine. I don't mind that. With Disney MCU continuing X-Men cartoons show, from what we see, they changed hairstyle to the mohawk, and I love it. I love Storm with mohawk. I always love Storm with the mohawk. Is it possible we'll see maybe they're going to see Storm turn to Bloodstorm if they do that? I would. If so, I'm totally. Well, you got to remember, Bloodstorm. She's a vampire, and They don't think they're incorporating vampires. So yeah, Storm had the mohawk way before she was Bloodstorm. Until that version of her, and that's a different. That's not the same Storm. That's a Storm from another multiverse. Storm has rocked the mohawk for years when she was just all in leather and things like that. I love Storm with the mohawk. I dig that. What was your reaction when Joker crippled Barbara? Yeah, I was fucked up. I didn't find it funny. I was sad. And all the other rumor stuff. Excuse me. All the other rumored stuff that he did to her. Nope. I'm currently reading Jurassic League. Yeah, I might pick that up in trade. I'm not gonna read it in Kindle. I'm glad they canceled the New Warriors show because it was. Yeah, I'm glad that they canceled that New Warriors show too, because the New Warriors are not a comedic team. I didn't mind who they casted as Squirrel Girl, and if I'm Kevin Feige, I'd try to hire her back as Doreen Green. But they might go with somebody a little younger. That's fine. But if you're gonna do the New Warriors, you do it right. Like don't do it as a joke. Just saying. Lorenzo, do you want to see Cloak and Dagger in the MCU? Yes. Guys, you guys ask me these questions, and I've said it. How many times have you heard me say it? Over and over and over and over again. I want every character in the MCU. As many as they can bring in. Bring them in. I don't care who it is. Even the ones I hate. Yes, that includes Daken. That includes the Century. Yeah. What's with PS? Okay. Would like Ares as a main villain in a possible Hercules solo film or a Disney Plus show? Yeah, Well, well, uh, if you see, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who haven't seen Love and Thunder, which so I'm not going to spoil it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Do you think Disney MCU should start off with a TV series for Rogue and her misled? Well, first of all, we gotta. To me, what seems like will happen for the X-Men. Once I saw that Secret Wars for Phase 6, I said, "There's your way of bringing in mutants, or bring where you kind of reset the world." That mutants, and yeah, we saw that there is. They have, if you watch Ms. Marvel, it's basically implying that Kamala is a mutant. Now, I've seen people say she's inhuman. Yes, she was inhuman. She is inhuman in the comics. But her first pitch from G. Willow Wilson and her creators and stuff, they pitched her as a mutant before they settled on an inhuman. She was going to be a mutant. So I like that the MCU is going back to the original, what they wanted, what she was supposed to be. That's the same thing that's going on with James Gunn, as you all know, in and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We're finally going to get more of Cosmo the dog, and it's going to be voiced by a female. And I saw people flipping out on Twitter about this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god. Yes, in the comics, Cosmo is considered, they say he's a male dog. But this is where people need to really do their research. Cosmo the dog was a real dog, a real cosmonaut dog that they sent up into space in the 50s. The Russians sent her up. She was female. James Gunn is just paying more homage to the original source. I have no issue with that. None whatsoever. So this is where people just like they're crazy about that. And then they start using that stupid word that I get so sick of hearing now. Woke. I hate that word. I am just looking at I hate hearing that word, woke. Jesus Christ, my neighbors are crazy. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. It's ridiculous. But honestly, if it was me doing after the Marvels, I would have a post-credit scene where Carol gets attacked by these individuals. We don't see them at first; they're cloaked, and we just know it. I would love it where she gets jumped, and this woman has her in a rear naked choke, and is not just choking her, but she has her hand on her, and it looks like Carol, and you start wondering why Carol couldn't just throw this girl out, and she just and all of a sudden the cloak come off. You see that brown and white hair. It's the Southern Belle Rogue because remember when she was with Mystique, she had her hair sleeked back. So yeah, it'd be kind of cool. And Tara, what X-Men member would you like to see? An X-Men villain would you like to see? That I will leave for a video coming up from Lorenzo. Lorenzo, if you're still here, I know that is you actually want me to do who I want my MCU X-Men lineup to be, so I'll leave that. Villain wise, I will do. Okay. Don't do Magneto. Leave him alone. Keep Magneto out of that first movie. If I'm them, Magneto exists already. If I'm Kevin Feige, you go with a villain. You go with Mojo for the first villain. Have the X-Men on Mojo's world. I would love to see Mojo. That would be so scary. He would scare the hell out of kids. Mojo is creepy, but the X-Men movies in general is the buildup of Mr. Sinister. Sinister should be, that is my favorite X-Men villain. Sinister, not Magneto. Sinister. Sinister should come off like Voldemort. We don't talk about him. Like, no, don't bring his name up. Like, shh. Almost like Candyman too. Like, don't talk about him. That's how Sinister. That's the same thing. I've said it. Doom should be the equivalent, Marvel equivalent to Darth Vader. When he comes in, he's got his own theme music. That's how you do it. Lorenzo, do you want to see Dracula in the MCU? Yes. I want to see Marvel's Dracula for a while. I love how they design him. He's great. Yeah, Joker rape. Yeah, Joker rape Barbara. No, that is true. I'm gonna get the Power Rangers Godzilla crossover in a trade. Yeah, it's coming in trade soon. It's good. Who should be the villain in the new Wolverine game? There's a lot of villains I want in there. Ogon, Cyber. Yeah, you gotta put Sabretooth in there. But I would also put Omega Red, Lady Deathstrike. There's a couple people. Romulus. Yeah. So Secret Wars will be MCU's soft reboot. I don't know what it's gonna be, but from what Phase 6 will end with Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, Avengers, Secret Wars. That's how Phase 6 is going to end. They've only showed 3 movies in Phase 6, Fantastic Four and those 2 Avengers movies. And people already wonder then who's going to make up the Avengers in those movies. And there's still all these other slots open. We don't know what those are going to be. But the fact that, like I said, and a couple of friends and even me have even said, like, at this year's San Diego Comic-Con, you had DC basically, we got Captain Marvel and the Fury of the Gods trailer out. Boom. That's great. We're doing Spawn and Batman third time again, a new Batman crossover, and almost like you look at it as a kid, and you got that's DC, and then the kid Marvel next, and he turns and says, "Yeah, what you got?" He's like, hey, "Sit down, young Padawan. Yeah, let me show you." And what Kevin Feige do? He puts all of Phase 5 out. Here, you want it? Yeah, this is Phase 5. Boom. Oh yeah, y'all want to see Phase 6? Here's a little bit of Phase 6. The man has no stopping. The man has no. He's got that gear locked, and he's just going. And I respect that. Like, I love that Kevin Feige has a blueprint of where he wants these things to go. He doesn't arc off that blueprint. That is why a lot of people are saying, with this merger with Warner Brothers and Discovery, where Discovery's even said they want a figure like Kevin Feige monitoring their DC properties. The fact that they want to put more emphasis on Superman, I've said it before, do it. Because the fact that y'all just push Superman aside again, I hate when they do that. It's like Superman should be your key player. Okay, don't give me that garbage. No, that's Batman. No, fuck all that. Okay, I like Batman, but nah, fuck that. Superman is the notion of DC before Batman. I don't care what anybody says. And the fact that if y'all not gonna recast Henry Cavill as Superman, then tell the man right now you're not coming back as Superman, so he can put it to rest. Because he says it all the time. I still got the costume right in my closet, just waiting for them to call me. Then don't do it. Don't mess with this guy's head. You feel me? Like, come on. I would love to see Thor go up against the Absorbing Man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would love to see the Absorbing Man. Well, we've seen his wife. His wife is going to be in. His wife is going to be in She-Hulk. So yeah, so that'd be great to see. What are your thoughts on MCU being designed as 616? What does this mean for the comics? I they just did that. I don't know why they did that because ever since 2008, the first, it's always been 199999. Earth 199999. I don't know why they done that, and I don't think it's gonna do anything in the comics. But some of the stuff they do, and that's where I don't like. I'm like for example, Shang-Chi in the comics now has 10 rings. I'm like, stop adapting stuff that was in the movies. And I swear to God, if y'all basically say Shang-Chi's father is the Mandarin, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm like, no, he's not. Why are y'all doing that? Don't be doing that. Will we ever get Moondragon in the MCU? Never say never, because even though James Gunn is done with his Guardians run, I have a feeling they may want to keep the Guardians going. If they want to keep a premier team in space, they may change the Guardians, and I wouldn't mind seeing Moondragon. Even though I wish they have done Moondragon already, because Moondragon is, even if they altered her origin a little bit, Moondragon is the daughter of Drax. Because honestly, really, Drax is supposed to be human. That you read it. Go. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Woke overused. It's not even just overused. It is just a word that people use and they don't understand what the fuck that word really means. Ridiculous. What would Jack Kirby think of the MCU? To see most of his creations come to life, man, probably be crying tears of joy. I would be. Do you want Despero done in cinematic? Um, a real Despero, because they did that. They did Despero in the CW, and Jesus Christ. But yeah, I would like to see Despero. What's the point, Perry? At this point, DC doesn't really care about. I I don't know. I'm not gonna say they don't care, because they do care. It's just they got too many idiots up there. They got too many chefs up there that want to play head chef, and that's the problem. Let's see. What if this Lorenzo Small? What if DC cancels the Blue Beetle movie? I'm gonna be pissed. Don't no, you shouldn't have said don't. I'll be pissed if they cancel that Blue Beetle movie. What DC characters do you hate? I just said it. Damian Wayne. I hate Damian Wayne. Can't stand that. Can't stand him. I hate him. There you go. There's one right there. I hate Damian Wayne. I hate Damian Wayne. Hate. I don't necessarily hate Catwoman. I just don't like her very much. I just don't care for her. Do you think Batman needs to move on from Catwoman? Goddamn yes. God yes. Because she fucks with him too. Like, you don't want to marry him, don't fuck with it. Like, Jesus Christ, yeah. Is it still kind of late for MC to do Annihilation? No, it is not. And I would love to see that get adapted. How should Lady Deathstrike show up in the MCU? Well, you got to remember, Lady Deathstrike is a cyborg. We haven't seen, and we've seen somewhat cybernetics already, but you have to introduce adamantium, and they haven't introduced adamantium yet. Discovery is, I think they are doing a big cleanup of people heads up in Warner Brothers because they do need it. Like I said, there's just too many. It's too many chefs in the kitchen that think they know what's best for everything. The problem I have with a lot of DC movies is it's the studios running the show and not the writers running the show or the creators not really letting them do too much. That's why. But James Gunn got to do everything he wanted with the Suicide Squad. That was his property. That was his storytelling. They didn't just they didn't say, "Oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do that." No, they let him run with that. Why did D Man? Why turn D Man into a joke? Oh, no, no, he's not a joke. Have you read Marvel Ruins? No, I have not. Doctor Fate versus Pennywise. Fate all the way. I would definitely love to see Warbreaker Hulk like in the comics. That's not going to happen. There's been no reason for Warbreaker because they didn't shoot him out in space. He didn't he wasn't shot out into space. He went into space himself and he came back. Hulk right now in the MCU is in a place where I think a lot of us want to see him happy, alive. He's Professor Hulk. I don't care if you like him or not, but he still has a purpose and he's playing his purpose right. Um, yes, I wouldn't have mind seeing one more run with Savage Hulk or things like that, but it just wasn't in the cards. I mean, could we see like Maestro, his evil self, with the beard and everything? That's a way. Never say never. But I think a lot of that stuff of why the Hulk is weird is because of Universal. You know, I, they couldn't do what they want because Universal still had like the hold over the rights, and it's ridiculous. Uh, Thoughts on Old Hob from TMS? I like Old Hob. He's cool. He's cool. Honestly, if the DCU were to do away with Superman, it would be a slap in the face. You think? You think that? Yeah, it'd be a slap in the face. Like it'd be a complete slap in the face. I'll be mad too if they cancel the movie. I'm telling, don't cancel that. Like when I saw that image of I can't pronounce the actor's name, but he's from Cobra Kai. In the blue beetle costume armor, which is they made it look like. But I was like, I'm looking at him like, oh my god, spot the fuck on, and I'm like, now just imagine all the tech, all the special effects that are going to be added to that. Scarab armor looks great. Do you think Birds of Prey should get a soft reboot? You damn right. I would love to see Scott Free, aka Mr. Miracle TV show, on or movie. And who would you cast to play him? Uh, I know they were gonna do like a New Gods series. I don't know if they're still doing it. Who would I cast as Mr. Miracle? Um, uh, One would probably be I'd probably go with Matt Boomer. I think I could see Matt Boomer. I know even though he plays on Doom Patrol, but I could see him as that. That's one guy. Uh, I mean, he's only in his 40s. That's fine. But my biggest just seeing Big Barda. I'm a big Barda fan, so yeah, Big Barda, and that's where you really you I would really have, if you're going to get an actress, but they can't make the height of, then you do special effects to give Barda that height. For all people who don't know, Big Barda was designed after um, Jack Kirby's wife. Um, Instead of verses, what about conversations like Creeper, Creeper and Moon Knight? What would Master Splinter debate with Shiva about? Um, Man, Creeper and Moon Knight depends how that would go. That'd be kind of funny. Master Splinter and Shiva would be interesting because I think with Shiva, Splinter would probably look at. I think Splinter would look at her and be like, "What do you see when you look at your daughter? What do you see? Like example, what do you see? Do you see her as just a weapon, or do you see her as your daughter? Do you love her? Like things like he would definitely go more into not her skills as a martial artist, but as a mother. Like, do you care about your daughter, or do you just see her as a weapon? Uh, do you think Ryan Reynolds would be a good actor for Dante? Oh, Dante from Devil May Cry. Uh, Comedic side, yes, because Dante can be comedic, but I'm not. I mean, because don't get me wrong, Ryan Reynolds has played Hannibal King, and even though he wasn't supposed, Hannibal King is no joking. He ain't no jokey character. He is not a jokey character. Um, Look, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, plain and simple. That there's no answer by it. That's who he is. He is not. He's not. He's not Hal Jordan. The character he was destined to play is Deadpool. That's it. And comic wise, that's it. I don't see him playing Dante because with somebody playing Dante, I would want somebody maybe a little bit younger, not too much, but more physical. And I'm not saying that Ryan Reynolds can't get physical because he can, but it's just there's certain things I just don't. I would look at that and be like, I don't see that. I can't. Let's see, where are we? Uh, I think Justice League deserves a look. The whole DCEU needs a big reboot, and if that Flash movie is what's going to cause it, then so be it. Funniest. mm, Um, Perry. I don't understand. What do you love about Big Barda? Everything. Uh, I first of all, I love strong women characters, and I love strong women in general. I'm not afraid of women who are strong. I look personally. I said it before. Like the whole concept of people like I get asked a lot because I'm a short guy, and I like, would you date a woman taller than you? Yes. There's a woman there's a girl that I'm so fond of and adore so much, and she's extremely taller than me, and I'm just like, and I tell her all the time, like I don't think she understands it, but I do, and I take my time with her, but I do tell her like that. I recently just did a montage video of her. It was really cool. It was like it was a montage video, and I posted it on her page, and I said, please don't be mad, but I did this for you, just a way to show you how much I adore you and feel about you. And it's basically images of her, but you hear Aladdin when he's describing Jasmine, and I cut it where it's basically saying, there's this girl, and she's got these eyes and her hair and her smile. Like it's cut every time for the image of that, and she loved it. I thought it was great. That made my day when she really said that. She even said, you're always sweet to me, and I'm like, that's me. But yeah, outside of that, strong women. I love strong women. Barda was a part of the what do you call it? I'm forgetting. Late. Damn it! I'm forgetting. What? Oh my God! Big. Okay, hold on. Big part. She is a. Oh God! Damn it. Um. Oh crap. The Female Furies. There we go. I'm trying to remember their names. Yeah, she was part of the Female Furies for a while, and you know, she was the one that broke free from Dark Side, and of course, Granny Goodness kills me. Her name is Granny Goodness, but she's a evil bitch. It's like, yeah, it kills me with that. But yeah, she's just so characters like her and Red Sonja and She-Hulk and Storm and Wonder Woman and all them strong, powerful characters that don't really need a knight in shining armor to help them. They don't mind the help, but they don't need it. I love those characters. Got too many guys out there that just got low self-esteem and think you can't be a woman can't be stronger than you, or that's not right to have a strong woman beside you. Fuck out of here. Go on with that. Go. What planet are you from? Oh no, I should. What planet? What era are you from? Yeah, get out of here. How would a conversation between Snake and Wolverine go? Uh, Depends on what they would talk about. The wars they've been in, the battles they fought. Um, I can see them being kind of kindred spirits in a sense. Where Snake wants to be left alone in a sense and find inner peace. I think Logan can understand that. Like, I get that. I can totally see MCU replacing the Guardians with the Starjammers and seeing Corsair. Well, being that, I can see that just part of the X-Men in general, because when you look at the X-Men universe in Marvel, it somewhat sometimes feels separated from the rest of the Marvel universe. So there you go. If they do the Starjammers and Corsair and Chode and all of them, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind I would, especially Hexabut. I love Hexabut. She's the Catwoman. I love that. She's a real Catwoman. I love her. But yeah, Starjammers. But I still think they want to keep Guardians around because the Starjammers are not the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Guardians of the Galaxy are a team of who's supposed to keep the galaxy safe. And if I'm them, I would do the Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians, and I would change the roster if they ain't all coming back. Yeah, I would. Should I leave the Pokemon questions for Malcolm? Why? Malcolm don't like Pokemon. Lantern Corps, should Benson from regular show join? Benson, oh Jesus. Which corps would Benson join? Uh I can see him a little bit on willpower because Benson does, but he's not greedy and he's not really full of rage all the time. So, but I can see him Red Lantern for sure. Would Hiei? How would Hiei and uh, Vegeta interact? Just wondering. That would be interesting. I think there would be a little bit of a macho, almost like my dick's bigger than yours. Who's like, I don't want that, but that's pretty much. Favorite episode of regular show. My favorite episode there's a bunch of them, but probably my favorite has to be I forget the names of the episodes, but if I describe it, you'll know what I'm talking about. One of my favorite episodes is the episode where Mordecai and Rigby um, are doing everything they can to beat this. Basically, the game was like Double Dragon, and they were trying to get to this, to the final boss, the hammer. It's the hammer, and there's TV break, and they try to go get a new TV, and then it's stuff like that. We want to beat the hammer, and that's one of my favorite episodes. When they get a car and try to impress and try to get a girl's number, that's one of my favorite episodes. The wrestling episode with Pops, it's hilarious. The basketball episode. There's so many episodes. Oh, another one favorite. With the when Rigby is scared of the British taxi. Hello, governor, and it starts chasing. That shit is cracked. That episode is hilarious to me. I love that episode. It's funny as hell. Who would you see playing Casey Jones? Well, not well. It ain't Stephen Amell. That was the worst choice ever to play Casey Jones. I was like, Stephen Amell as Casey Jones? Hell no. There's a part of me that says Jason Momoa probably could have made a badass Casey Jones. He'd be a very big Casey Jones, but yeah. Um, um, uh, yeah, that's the first one that came to mind. Momoa. I can't think of right at the top of my head. I can't think of anybody right now. Might have to make that into a video or something. It might be a part of Fan Casting 8. Well, all right. Fan Casting 8 is an exclusive series that I'm working on that's going to be just a part of Patreon. It's going to be on YouTube one day when it first airs, but after that, it'll be exclusive. I will take an actor and fan cast 8 characters he or she can play. And right now, it's going to have its own intro and things like that. I'm working on it. It's really fun. But yeah. It's going to be fun. Let's see. Feel bad for Batgirl cast. They get screwed over yet. I don't. Granny Goodness, I don't underestimate none of the Dark Side's people. I just don't. Granny Goodness don't think she's sweet. A talk between Jubilee and Harley would be like, I don't know, that'd be weird. That'd be kind of weird because they got nothing in common at all. My heart is breaking for Trevor. It really is. Doctor Strange, Adam Strange versus Thanos. Who would win? Thanos. Adam Strange is good, but he ain't on that level. Are you reading Batman Beyond White Knight? Nope. Who was the best ending Cartoon Network series, regular show or Adventure Time or Samurai Jack? Samurai Jack had a good ending. I like that ending. It was kind of sad, but it was also a good ending. Regular show had a good ending too. They all had good endings. I don't think I've seen Adventure Time's ending. I know regular show and I know Adventure Samurai Jack. Talk between Joker and Carnage. Well, we already saw that. Go read Batman, Spider-Man, Batman, their first crossover. You'll see. Go read it. Would you like to see James Gunn take on a Lobo? I said that already. I already talked about that. Somebody else asked me that. I said, yeah, I wouldn't mind it. what character should Henry Cavill play in the MCU? If if Henry Cavill if Henry Cavill does not come back as Superman, and Kevin Feige says, "Hey, you want to come work for us?" and he says, "Yeah," the first character I'm thinking for Henry Cavill to play is Brian Braddock, aka Captain Britain. That's the first character I'm thinking, because I would want him to lead as a character. Um, Not saying that he couldn't play a supporting character too. Like I can see him as kind of can see him as Cyclops too. I can see him as Cyclops. I can see him as Warren Worthington. But Captain Britain, Psylocke's twin brother, it's quick. I can see that real quick. The only thing they would just say, he would just have to dye his hair blonde. That's about it. I'm cool with that. A conversation between Donatello and Reed. That would be fun. I think Reed would be impressed at Donatello's ingenuity and I know he would probably want to get a sample of his blood. Like, how did you get, Reed is always thinking science, no matter what. So, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing James Gunn direct a Justice League International movie. You got to do Justice League before you do International. You can't just jump to International. That doesn't work. Carnage versus Alex Mercer. Well, the symbiote is powerful. It's the man in the symbiote but the symbiote, yeah, that's a big difference. What Rio from Shenmue think of Akira from Virtua Fighter? Let's spar. There you go. You probably could learn something. I don't know why, Lorenzo, your questions are not showing up until I do the what's the name. I don't something going on with this thing, but anyway, Lorenzo asks, who is your favorite? My favorite what? Who is? No, they did not cancel Armored Wars. They did not cancel it. They didn't cancel it. Still, they didn't cancel Armored Wars though. They didn't cancel it. Still going. I'm trying to read what did Lorenzo put? How would you rank? Oh, how would I rank Jordan Peele's movies? Well, he's only did 3, but if I was to rank his movies, um, if I'm gonna rank it on true horror, okay, Us would be first because that was real like true horror. It was kind of horror, We got scary doppelgangers. Then would be I'm going Nope next. See, that's why I can't because probably not a lot of people seen Nope, but that there was some. The scariest scene in Nope had nothing to do with the story. It was a flashback story that was scary. If you know what it is, then yeah, you know what it is. That was the scary part, and um, and then of course, Get Out. Lorenzo again. What other what horror element do you want Jordan Peele to tackle next? I wouldn't mind seeing him tackle werewolves or vampires, something like that. But with what I love about Jordan Peele's horror, there are aspects to his stories that there's always a theme to his movies. Get Out had a theme. Us had a theme. Nope has a theme too. If you don't know it, he talked about it. It's more about spectacles, and we always want to be the first and always want to get the first and be a spectacle and things like that. and you go watch that movie, you understand it better. Um, you know, Us had a theme about upper class and things like that. Just the classification from middle, lower class, things like that. Us was there's a lot of things about Us. I mean, not Us. Get Out had a lot of things, but it was scary. It was scary just to see what that family was doing, and just it was weird. It was just crazy. But I would love to see Jordan do a true horror movie too. And don't say Candyman, because he didn't direct Candyman. He only was a producer. He didn't write it. He did not write or direct those three movies I just mentioned. He wrote and directed. Um, Wolverine would think Cosmo's an asshole. Spectre versus the Living Tribunal. That ain't happening. That's crazy. Um, if you could take a PlayStation franchise, if you could take any PlayStation, what would it be? What do you mean? I could take it and do what with it? Give me more context, Perry. That I don't know. What you mean if I can take and do what with it? Yeah, you gotta give me a little bit more on that, my dude. Uh, yep, you gotta give me a little bit more on that. Yeah, something a little bit more on that. Let's see what time. Oh, it's 11. All right, we go a little bit longer. Oh, go a little bit longer. Do, 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 do. Let's see what else we got here. I'm gonna make sure I got enough. 29%. Damn, what the hell? So, ready then? What? What? Let me see. What was What if the Transformers had a G1 fighting game that's cell shaded? The last G1 Transformers game is right here, and I loved it. Good game. But I wouldn't mind it. It depends. Uh, Gore, the God Butcher versus Black Adam. That'd be fun. That'd be interesting. Even though Black Adam is not a true god. I mean, he has God. He has the powers of a god, but he's not a god. God. The way that Garg looks like. Lin Kuei versus Legion of Assassins. League of Assassins. That'd be interesting, but I think the Lin Kuei would win. Um, let's see. What was the next question? Favorite Gundam series. Favorite Gundam series. I will always give credit to the original 0079. But my favorite is Gundam G Fighter. And next would be Gundam Wing. I love Gundam Wing. I love those characters. Uh, uh, how old is Akuma in Street Fighter 6? I don't know. I think he's older. I mean, he's old. I mean, he's old. Remember, and he's the younger brother of, so he's not the older brother. You know, so Goken is older than Goki. Uh, Kuwabara versus Sean. That's not even a fight. That's a mismatch. Lorenzo Smalls. There he is. You're killing me, Smalls. There he is. Now I'm seeing your stuff. What the hell? Why wasn't it being? I was only seeing it. Second favorite MK character. Uh, yeah. Sub-Zero. He's my second favorite. He's my second. What Image Comics you're getting? What Image Comics you're getting a movie? The only Image comic that I know that's still in talks of movies is still like Spawn. That Spawn movie that Seth MacFarlane's doing. That's it. I don't think there's any other Image property that's getting live action movies. Um, I don't think there is. Uh, if I'm if I'm I would definitely do a Radiant Black movie. That'd be cool. Um, but a lot of the old properties, I would definitely like. You do Spawn. I would do a Shadowhawks movie with the quickness. Uh, I would do a Witchblade. I would do all of them joints. I would. Um, so yeah, but I don't think there's any outside of that. And McFarlane, I don't know. I believe JB Fox is still attached to it, as well as uh, um, 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 oh my God, how am I forgetting his name? Um, oh my God, how am I forgetting his name? Jeremy Renner is still attached to being Twitch in there. I forget who they want to play Sam, but Twitch is supposed to be Jeremy Renner. Uh, so Lorenzo Smalls, and who's your third? My third favorite Mortal Kombat character is Kenshi, the Blind Swordsman. I love Kenshi. Let's see. I think Hunt Image should get. You mean Haunt? The Haunt, not Hunt. The Haunt. Yeah, it's the Haunt, not the Hunt. A debate conversation between Goken and Ra's al Ghul. Goken would debate not even debate. He would be against everything Ra's al Ghul is doing. He's like, you're not helping the planet. You're causing genocide to help the planet. That's not helping. He'd be against everything. By the end of at the end of it, he would be clearly ready to fight Ra's al Ghul. And honestly, he would probably beat Ra's al Ghul in the fight. He he would beat him. Akuma versus Super Strike Akuma, all the way. Kuma would look at Super Shredder like you're a joke. He don't like people who got weapons. He doesn't like that. That's gonna piss him off. He looks at people with weapons as weak. He would look at Shredder as a weakling, even all bulked up like that. But you still got a weapon. You still got weapons on you. Take those off, then fight me. Did you watch Starcast? Uh, no, I don't know. How would Peacemaker fit with the boys? I think he would. I think he would. If Mr. Robin Williams was still around, he would have been 71. Yeah. Not too long ago, the July 30th, Arnold Schwarzenegger celebrated his 75th birthday. And I sat back and I was like, wow. I was like, man, I was one of my childhood heroes. Like I admired him so much. Still do. I admire him for what he was able to accomplish and things like that. Not for his. I mean, Arnold's not perfect. He's done infidelity, and I don't agree with any of that stuff. He had children out of wedlock. But the one thing I will say, even though he's had children with, he has been a good father to them, and that's where I'm like, all right, cool. His son that he had out of looks just like him is ridiculous. But yeah, Arnold turned 75. It's just like, man, you know. Today is Jason Momoa's birthday. He turned 43. I'm like, I thought I was older than Jason Momoa. I'm like, oh, he's 3 years older than me. Okay. Uh, no, I did not watch Ric Flair's last match. I was not gonna watch that. I did not want to see that. That was just. I heard Salamonster talk about that, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna. I did what they said. He bled for no. There was no need for him to bleed. I'm like, he nearly killed himself a couple times. I'm like, dude, you're 70 something. You're like, don't do that. Like, no. I know there was times he said he's either gonna die in the ring or die on top of a woman. What kind? Why are you saying stuff like that? That's ridiculous. No, I was not gonna watch. I know Mick Foley was there, Taker, Bret Hart, my man Bret Hart was there, DDP was there. Taker should have looked at that and was like, nope, nope, I'm not getting back in the ring. If that should be a scare, like, nope, I was not. Nah. Who is a ripoff of Venom? Haunt and who is a ripoff of Venom? Haunt and Spawn? Well, I don't look at Spawn as a ripoff. I think he's an amalgamation of a lot of characters. I look at him, there's a little bit of Ghost Rider, there's a little bit of Doctor Strange, there's a little bit of a little bit of Venom, there's a little bit of Punisher in there. He's amalgamation of a lot of characters. But he's probably one of the most successful independent characters in comic books. Haunt, yeah, he's kind of like Venom too. So, but it's just the way you design him. Once again, imitation is a form of flattery. What would Akuma think of? No, never mind. Is Lobo a parody of Wolverine? No. Have you heard about? Oh wait, hold on. Chris, knowing that you have over 11,000 subscribers, do you feel sometimes it's too much at times because you don't want to let us down. No, because I don't look at it like that. I'm not those type of YouTubers that's always looking at his like how many subscribers I have or things like that, or how many views I got on a video. If certain videos don't make like a lot of views, I don't look at it like, oh, I gotta do this to make it better or things like that. I do on my channel what I want to do. Has nothing to do. Like, I know there's some people, YouTubers that like, well, you got if you see this type of videos doing better than others, then you should do more of that. I take that I take it under advisement, but you do you. I don't care. Like, my road is still right now. The road is to get 15K. That's the road right now. But the major road is to get 20K. And when I start reaching that number, that means the amount of years I put into my channel means something. To my channels, I have several channels, so each one of them has a different feel to it. There's an all gaming channel, which I need to get back on when some new games come out that I want to broadcast. And then I have my all reaction channel is just under construction. That ain't coming back till later. I'm gonna leave that for another year till I come back with that. So yeah. So I don't look at it like that. Speaking of amalgamate, did you read those comics? And is there any chance we could see something like that happening again? I have a lot of those comics. I have the Spider Boy. I have Super Soldier. I have. I remember Iron Lantern was fun. X People. Uh, Dark Claw. I love Dark Claw. I thought that was cool. And Speed Demon was great, which was the Flash and Ghost Rider mixed together. That was great. Yeah, those were fun, but the only way those would do that is if DC and Marvel stop playing dick measuring contests and make some crossovers and do all that kind of stuff. Lorenzo Smalls, favorite Stevie Wonder song. I have a lot of. I love Stevie. I have a lot of Stevie Wonder songs that I love. One, I'll give you about. I can give you 10 if you want. Part-Time Lover, Skeletons, um, Ma Sharita, Sharia Moore, um, uh, Isn't She Lovely? Uh, For Your Love. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's so many. I have so many Stevie Wonder. I can listen to Stevie all the time. I love Stevie. It's great. Debate between Ghost Rider and the Phantom Stranger. That'd be kind of interesting. What Akuma think? What would Akuma think of skits? He'd probably give him respect a little bit. George Washington versus Abraham Lincoln. Who would win? If I'm not mistaken, I think if I read it history wise, Lincoln used to box. So I think he's a lot taller than there's a size difference between him and George. So you also got to put that in consideration. Karam, most ruthless. Oh, okay. Next year is the 30th anniversary of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah. Satami versus the Tick, just for jokes. That's funny. Let's see. We need a collaboration with you, Tyrone Magnus, and his girl Scarlo. That would be epic. Uh, I had a chance to meet Tyrone Magnus. Tyrone Magnus inspired me to do reactions a little bit. He was one of the inspirations. Um, I had a chance to meet him once. He was at New York Comic Con 2017. Malcolm met him, took a picture and everything with him. And he told me, you know who's upstairs? Because I was online to meet Gail Simone for the first time. And I was not getting off that line to meet her. So I was like, no. So it was either Gail or Tyrone. And I chose Gail. And to me, I made the right choice because ever since that day, there was a friendship between us. So anytime she comes to New York, anytime I reply to her comments on Twitter, she quickly responds and everything like that because she knows it's me. I met her husband Scott. Scott is great. I know they're celebrating their anniversary, so congratulations. So yeah, and she's always said to me, whenever we're in New York, please let us take you and Malcolm out to dinner. I'm like, okay, like cool. So, but I wouldn't mind Tyrone. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. And Scarlo's cool. She's cool. I mean, she does look like a Puerto Rican Scarlett Johansson. It's ridiculous. It is seriously ridiculous how much she looks like a Puerto Rican Scarlett Johansson. It's ridiculous how much she looks like her. I'm like, and she's got a funny bone too. She has a big sense of humor. So Tyrone has picked well with her. I respect that. What should Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover? Who should they cross? I've answered this many times. They could cross over with Daredevil, Spider-Man, the X-Men. They can cross over with a lot of people. Unpopular opinion. They should have killed off Beast Boy in Injustice. He got on my nerves. His depression. I understand why they did it, but I think they just pushed it too much. They didn't have to kill him off. I just think they just pushed it too much. Yeah, the depression, addiction, all that stuff. That's fine, but you didn't have to keep throwing it in our faces. I didn't like that. There was all this talk that rumors that Henry Cavill Superman at Comic Con, which one? But what about Michael B. Jordan's upcoming reboot? I think he'd be great as Val-Zod, and that would make sense. I think they're doing Cal. I think they're doing Val-Zod, but I think they could be also doing Calvin Ellis, the Black Superman from Earth 23, who was actually also president. So, but Val-Zod works too. He could be Val-Zod. Coca-Cola versus Pepsi in a fight to death. I don't care because I don't drink any of them. I don't like brown soda too much. My pops loves brown. I don't. They did that in commercials. Really, yeah. Okay. Static Shock versus Colt McGrath from Static is way stronger than Cole. Static is way more powerful than Cole. And speak of the devil, got a friend texting me. Uh, let's see. Lorenzo, who, speaking of Static, who would you want to play Static on a movie? You mean in a movie? um, that's easy. Caleb McLeanling, who plays in from Stranger Things. There you go. That's what I want. Would you ever take a ride on a Magic School Bus with Mitch Frizzle? Yes. We're gonna give this 10 more minutes. Would Adam Smasher and Mount Lady from I know make a cool couple? Uh, I, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Mountain. What games are you excited for in 2023? Uh, God of War, definitely. I am looking forward to the reboot of Saints Row. That's coming out this month, actually. The Saints Row reboot. I am looking forward to that. So there's a couple of stuff, but that's coming out now. But there's just too many. When you ask me stuff like that, that's just it's too many. You don't like brown soda. I'm drinking diet right now. I respect your opinion. Yeah, I'm not. I don't hate it because I love root beer. I do love root beer. But I don't like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. I try to stay away from. I try not to drink a lot of soda. Period. Um, if I do drink soda, you know, it's more like ginger ale. I rather drink ginger ale than anything because I don't know. It's just something about ginger ale. Even like if that's good for your stomach. Like if you got a stomach ache or stuff. But I just like ginger ale. Canada Dry. Canada Dry. I like Schweppes. I like a lot of different ginger ales. And I love the different flavored ginger ales as well. Like green tea, ginger ale. I like green tea. So I'm a tea guy. Like people that know me. I don't drink coffee. And I think I've told you this, guys. I don't drink coffee. I do not drink coffee. I hate the smell of it. I hate the taste of it. I told you guys, I drunk it once and my stomach was like, what the hell did you put in me? Get it out. Ugh, threw it right back up. I can't stand people that drink it black. No offense. I mean, look at me. But that just, nah. I'm a tea guy. I'm a big tea guy. I drink tea before I go to bed. I drink a cup of tea. I drink chamomile tea, things like that. I love my teas. I like any type of tea. If it's good, I like orange spice. I like green tea. I love pomegranates in general. So anything that got pomegranates in it, I love it. Yeah, things like that. Favorite fruit, watermelon. I love watermelon. Favorite fruit. That's my favorite fruit. Watermelon. I can eat watermelon every day. I love watermelon. I love watermelon. Love it, love it. Do you ever feel afraid of yourself, Chris? Do you ever feel afraid of yourself? In what means? Because I do have fears. Um, my biggest fear is letting my brother down. Like I don't ever want to feel like he can't look at me as his big brother and an inspiration. Yeah, I've made mistakes, and I've said it before. I've made mistakes and they hurt people, and I have to deal with that. But the one thing I never want to be is one of those nonchalant brothers in my younger brother's eyes. You know, uh, it does my heart good when I hear him talk about me, about like you should talk to my brother. He'll tell you like I love that. I love that. That means a lot to me. Like when he says his friends always, I'm like, Malcolm, how you know about all these movies from the 80s? You weren't even born yet. That's because I had a brother from that, and that makes me happy. Stuff like that. So yeah. Will Blue Beetle be a good friend to? Yeah, turtles can be friends with mostly anybody. Good food you hate eating. I don't really like broccoli too much. I'm not a big broccoli eater. I don't know what it is. It just, I mean, whenever I do eat, like if I don't cook my food and I like order takeout, like Chinese takeout, don't get me wrong, I will chow down on some shrimp and broccoli or beef and broccoli, but I don't eat it by itself. Um, Even though my grandparents from the South, but I can't deal with a lot of like I don't deal with chitlins. Don't keep that away from me. I remember my grandmother from South Carolina. She made that one time, and I was like, Grandma, what are you making? She's like, chitlins. You want something? I was like, look, I was like, put out. Oh, like nope. Then I tried it for the first time. I was like, ugh. I don't like liver. My dad loves liver. I hate liver. Um, uh, just some stuff I don't like. My favorite vegetable is spinach. Spinach is my favorite vegetable, Lorenzo. I love spinach. I'll have that with any. That'll always be mostly if I'm not eating a side salad. Spinach is my go-to side vegetable. I will eat that with anything, whether it's with a steak, chicken, fish, spinach right there. And you know where that comes from? My love for Popeye. It was like once I saw Popeye just eating that, I was like, hey, I like it. And then I tried it. I was like, okay, it's got an acquired taste, but I like it. It's cool. Even when I don't go to Subway as much as I used to, but when I used to go to Subway a lot and get the sandwiches and make the sandwich, I used to always tell them put spinach on it, put the spinach leaves in it. I love spinach. I love talking about food too. So yeah, I love that. What's the news I heard about the? Yeah, they seem to have canceled the Batgirl movie. They won't release it, and that's dumb. I don't feel my rage of feel of being angry. Everybody gets angry, and I'm not an angry person like where I will go hit somebody if I'm in a rage. And that's mainly because I meditate a lot, so I know how to center myself real quick. Like, all right, center it, So, and that's just from years of training, so it helps out. I do you ever go back and play old gen games? Me, yes, I do. I never get tired of going back to play old games. I have anthology of old games that I play, whether it's the Sega Genesis things or the old Capcom games, or I love that. And nostalgic games are always fun. I love it. That's why I can't wait till they bring out that anthology of the old Ninja Turtles games. All of them is going to be in this. I can't wait till they bring it. I'm buying that. I love that. I love broccoli. Yeah, that's nice. To each its own. I don't like it too much. Do you ever do you have any life advice, Chris, about what? Because I know for me, my life, it's different. It's different for everybody. Advice, it could go at both ways. Who was the best comic books? Who has the best comic books? Dark Horse or Image? I'm going Image because I do read more Image than Dark Horse. Yeah. Right now, I can see a lot of trades up here to my left.